Bob, I think old James Franklin has getting down to decision time. What do you think?
You tried your best, Dave. You tried your best.
No, I thought it was a good answer.
It was a good answer, but he was ready. Look, man,
they're all important.
It's not the future. It's the present of Penn State. It's really not the future.
The future is now.
We saw today. We got to see it twice in Nick-Singleton and drew-allar. And Dave, what I will always remember, I don't know about you, 11:33 left in the third quarter, he trots out, and the roar from the stadium, I have not heard that for a true freshman since I've been covering
since
ever.
Anthony Morelli. No.
hey.
But there was a sign right down here. Yeah. You can't see, but
All in on Aller.
We're on the south end, and the biggest sign down here was a giant 15 and all in on Aller. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I will always remember the roar. I always remember when Saquon Barkley in the second week of the season, I think it was against Buffalo during a day game. Then he did it against Rutgers at night in week 3. But that really felt like
I wrote it down.
Barkley-esque
Barkley Buffalo
for Nick Singleton. Yeah. Speed, the power, cornering like that, and you are not. He's 220. You are not going to get him. If you miss, you are not going to get him.
Well, he's got little knacks for, like, he's got a really good stiff arm.
Yeah.
He looks like a little guy, but he's not a little guy.
He's definitely not little.
And he looks like a little guy because of his speed, but he's not a little guy. And twice he used that stiff arm, and both times, once he gets around the edge, look the hell out. Yeah. So the question is, and I tried to couch it in terms of, look, this isn't the NFL. We know it's college football, and yet it's only so sentimental you can be about guys who've performed for you, who are veterans, who are upperclassmen. When you've got really talented younger guys, it looks like you got some decisions to make. And he said, well, they're all important, blah, 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 blah.
We're going to need them all.
But then he said,
you got to do what's best for the team.
That's right. In the end, we got to do what's best for the team.
And that's all you needed to hear from him. That means there's going to be a decision that's going to be made this year at some point. The question is when. They play Auburn next. That's an SEC defense. They're not the Ohio-bobcats. It's a different scenario. But, Dave, I'm telling you, I don't know who I was more impressed with, but I will say drew-allar has not played like a freshman on any snap, whether it was on the road at Purdue when he wasn't really expected to play or whether it was today. It's not just the physical tools. He just looks calm, and he looks like the moment will never be too big for him. And with tools like that, I don't think he can get him on the field fast enough. I really don't. Sean Clifford played okay today, but he missed some throws. He was late on some throws, and we've seen that for a while. This guy's just getting started. He's already pretty good.
And they ran some RPO stuff in there that I think was just window dressing, or they were trying to make sure he knew the plays or something. But he is not even as quick as Clifford. He is definitely a pro-style passer. Sure. That's where he belongs. And now the question is, can they protect him? Because they have to protect him. And we saw some instances again where the protection was not that great.
That Auburn defense has some serious NFL talent on it. You're talking, it's either Sean or it's Drew. The noise level, it's going to be a problem. The tackles, I mean, and if they're going to blitz, it's just going to be a struggle. And you're right, they got to protect him. But boy, if you give him enough time to throw, he's going to make a play. And the ball is always right where it needs to be.
Yeah, it goes.
Always.
It goes.
It whistles. I was like, what's that? Well, what's that whistling? Oh, that was just Drew.
But the one where he climbed the pocket and threw off one foot had a really nice little touch to it.
Yeah, at 85 miles an hour, but it was still impressive.
No, I mean, he threw a nice little loop. And a lot of guys who have that kind of spin on the ball and pop on it, they can't throw with touch. Yeah. He can definitely throw with touch. He did it again on the post route for the touchdown. He put a lot of air on it and threw the kid open.
Yeah, even that incompletion down the sideline, the ball was kind of right where it needed to be. Either the guy was going to catch it or he wasn't. But the ball placement has been pretty legit for Drew. I know it's early in his career, but man, I don't know the last. Has Penn State ever had two young talents like this in a season like this, look like this? Maybe one, but two? I don't know. I mean, this feels like it's a little bit different.
Not freshmen. Yeah. And if they weren't played back in the days of Joe.
Right.
I mean, they just didn't play them. They had to work their ways up. Larry Johnson had to sit around for a couple of years.
Yeah, really 5 years.
Yeah. anyway, it's an interesting, very interesting situation. It's a modern football situation because these are kids who are ready right now, but when do you put them in and when do you use them as starters?
One more point. Don't discount what this means for the future of Penn State football, not involving those guys. If you're a future recruit at Penn State or you're considering Penn State, you just saw James Franklin really for the first time deliver on what he said. He was going to commit to try and develop young players right away. They're not necessarily going to sit. He said that the best players are going to play at some point. So now, if you're a 5-star offensive lineman or you're a 5-star receiver, you see that quarterback, you see that running back you want to block for, and he's going to keep adding to these guys. And now he's going to play them early. I just think this is really what the future of Penn State football in terms of recruiting needed to see.
And it's a threshold. I mean, everyone's got to do this now. If you don't do it, people are going to go where they can play. And that's actually been true for a few years now. But we're getting to a point here where we've got some young talent we haven't had before. So,
love it.
46-10 over Ohio. Next time we see you guys, we'll be in Alabama. We're flying into Atlanta.
On a scale of like 1 to 10, like Alabama is one of your favorite states, but just what are we talking about here? How excited are you?
About the state of Alabama? I was going to go drink beers with Jay Tate at his favorite bar in Montgomery, but I don't think I'm going to have the car. I don't know.
Dave, it's the South. You got to drink moonshine, buddy. That's what I'm going to be drinking from sun up to sundown.
They're going to be looking for you, man. Not
They've been looking for me for the 2010 Alabama trip. They haven't found me yet.
Don't you have one of those visors and
Roll Tide
and herringbone?
Yep, Roll Tide. I'll be wearing it.
Or houndstooth. What do they call it?
For free all night down there.
All right. But we're staying in Atlanta. Yeah. We can't be in Alabama and stay in Atlanta. All right. So next time we see you, will be Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. Until then, adios.